developer. Is that right?
I hope so. I've never done it before. I've just taken the systems classes here at BYU Idaho online. So what was it? Yeah, I only took the entry Linux one and then the Windows Server class, whatever that one was called. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get it, but heck, I might as well try.
Oh, wow. Full stack. That's impressive if you can eventually become that. Those guys make a lot of money.
Yeah, they do. So I'll see. I need to line something up, or because I have to graduate, get an internship or a job or something. I could always do the senior project, but that
So
wouldn't be
she
as
didn't
fun.
get an invite.
Okay, let me see here. Invite people. MICHELECOPE. There she is, and she's got her boyfriend with the red shirt. Invite.
Did our professor get an invite too?
Oh no, he didn't. Let's see. Gary James. What is it? James at Gmail? I can't
Oh,
remember.
gosh. I wish you had a Gmail. That'd be easier.
Hey guys.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
Let me see. Gary James. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to go find his email address real quick. My instructor. Good thing I have this class open already. James GA at BYU. Oh, GT James. That's what it is. GT James. I always think G James. All right. Well, Michelle, I was telling everyone else I have an interview, so I'm going to have to take off a little early today, maybe around like 9:40. So I have something to share, though, and I'm going to whip through it kind of fast, just so we
Okay.
can talk about our proposal. I feel like that's a more important um, thing to talk about. But I made a little quiz, let me show you. It's a how much do you have in common with Michael quiz, and it uses DOM, local storage, and Ajax. So basically, you can say like, oh, go hiking is 2 points. The other ones are like play video games is 1 point, and watch a movie is 0 points. And then your favorite color, same thing, 1, 2, or 0 points. So you can click like green, and it changes it green. And I'm using DOM to make it so you can't answer the question again. It replaces the div with the text document. And then what would you rather listen to, metal, pop, or hardcore? Metal is 2 points, pop is 0 points, hardcore is minus 500 points. So, yeah, pop or whatever, I don't know. And then you can get your score. Then you can click here and reset your score. So it's nothing too fancy, but man, those functions, it takes a lot of line of code. So basically, like, it has to get the HTTP or the XML HTTP request to pull the text document in. So I saved my text documents like. Let me make sure my screen is up here. I saved my text documents as like 0, 1, and 2, just like to say how many points you got. And then so like it pulls the 1 text or the 2 text or the 3 text depending on the answer. And the text documents are pretty simple. It's just like, good answer. I would have said the same thing. 2 points. And then also it uses local storage to add the score. So if you refresh the page, then you'll have the same score, and you can keep taking the quiz, and your score will add to your old score. And then with the DOM manipulation, that one was kind of different. It's the same thing. It adds the score and pulls the text document, but also the function changes the background color and the text color for that one question. So that's what I've been up to this week. It's kind of fun. I hope to throw some more technologies in there, see if I can, I'm just trying to, I'm having a hard time thinking of things you can do with with all these technologies, like to make them all into one app. But that's what I have.
A lot of them you can do the same things with, so I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a good way to keep our, we can use DOM to keep our flashcards from being answered again when someone is in like a quiz mode or something, so that they
Yeah.
can go through and actually see if they know information on their flashcards or not. So.
Yeah. Yep, that's all I have. Does anyone else have anything? I saw Cassandra, was that you that was saying you have something like JavaScript manipulating CSS? Does that sound right?
Yeah. Let me pull it up really quick.
Cool.
So it actually didn't work for the first several times. Yeah. I was trying to make an image I had bounce, and for whatever reason, it was actually moving the image. Like what it ended up doing was moving around inside the image rather than moving the image. So I changed it.
Sounds like everything I've ever tried to code. It doesn't work the first few times.
Okay. Oh, I gotta share it. I'm sorry. So I just did it with the, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So, it's just this purple box, and what I've done is I've started and stopped the animation. I thought it was called pulse, but I guess it's called beat. I'm not 100% sure. But so it just starts and stops the animation. And so for NetBeams, oh, I need to change because I was originally doing an image with my daughter. But so what I've done is I set the background so that you can see the div and then the height and stuff for it. For my keyframes, I set it to beat and then transform, and this is the size difference that it does. And so I did keyframes, and then if I understand correctly, web keyframes is accepted on all newer platforms, and you need WebKit for older platform or older platforms. Yeah, like web pages or whatever. I guess not 100% sure, but so I have my start and stop button, and those are in JavaScript. So I have my start button is a click function, and so what it does is it has my actual animation, so the baby style animation, and then what it is. So it calls the, or it is the baby beat for 25 seconds doing infinite, and then it has the other WebKit style for it. And then for my stop function, it I left it blank, so it's like, okay, when we click this, it's gonna replace the baby beat code with nothing. And I was thinking and I don't know how you guys want to do like moving through the flashcards, but I was looking and we could do something like this example. And I gotta work with this example. I was just trying to get the code to work and I couldn't get it to work, so I actually went out and found someone else's code to see if I couldn't get their code to work. Basically what I did was I had all my JavaScript in my JavaScript file, and I accidentally used a couple Like I used the variable example for a couple different things, and then it messed up my whole page. But this one, all it does is it moves through an array. And I was thinking we could use like like a click function to like start and stop the switching between the cards. I don't know. It was just food for thought. But that was it.
Great, I like it. I think that's a good idea.
I felt like, so this is going to sound like stupid, I guess, but I felt super stupid going through it. And then when I figured it out, I was like, why didn't I get this? Because there's not very much code.
Yeah, code can be super tricky sometimes. I agree. I was going with a tutor with one of their classes, and he was going through the code, and he could not find the error, like for the save his life. Um, the aha moment. I love those.
Yeah.
I had one, I'm taking 225, and I could not get my
Oh,
VMware to work. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And I waited a week for the professor to get back to me. Like, I showed up to his meeting, and he had an emergency call from work. And so he canceled the meeting. And I was like, oh no, I have to wait. I was spelling I was doing MySQL plus instead of SQL plus. And so it was just giving me all of the background commands instead of opening my project.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, such a simple mistake. Oh.
Yeah.
I remember when I found out that I passed that class, I had to like wait until grades were released because like I wasn't sure. I was like, did I pass? Did I? Oh yes!
Awesome.
That was a good Christmas present to me because grades were released like right before Christmas. Oh,
Yeah.
I was so happy. That was a hard class.
Yeah, I'm taking that class right now too. It is tough.
I hear there's like videos and everything now.
Yeah,
Like
so
when I took it,
it
it was
has,
just Michael McLaughlin's weblog, and it was super confusing.
Wait,
yeah,
there's videos?
yeah, if you go into, I don't know if it's the same for each class, but if you go into iLearn and you go into uh, the content at the beginning of the lesson, it has a videos page that you can check off,
Hmm.
and it has the start of each project. Like if you're going over something new, it has it has an example video, and I thought that was pretty cool because I was having a hard time getting into the projects at first. And so, because you can use basically that exact same information, and you'll get through the first one or two steps of each assignment.
Maybe I forgot about those. That's a great resource. Just starting could be the toughest step. Okay. I got some homework to do.
Just so you guys know, 325 is a lot easier.
Is
At least it
it?
was for me. Yeah, like 325 was no sweat for me. I got through that one just fine. And I actually understood things, so that was cool.
The only thing I don't like about the class is how the quizzes and exams have nothing really to do with what you're doing on the homework.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it does, but I don't know.
It's sort of disconnected, I agree.
I've taken, I think, like 3 of Michael McLaughlin's classes, the 2 databasing ones, and then the systems analytics one. And I'm just convinced that he's like some genius because all his classes are so hard, and He expects us to just know it. Like, man, he's just got to be some genius or something.
I heard they're changing the class. So 225, there'll be an A and B, but I don't know. Like, so it'll be you can take Oracle or MySQL. Like right now, you can
Yeah.
choose between Oracle or MySQL, but I heard they were splitting it into two different classes entirely.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I did Oracle,
Yeah, the
SQL
professor
Plus.
teaches the chat and shoe in Oracle too. Or he rather endorses Oracle because he does the chat, the chew, and our professor does like a weekly meeting and he teaches it in Oracle. I mean,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't think so. I've only been to a couple of the meetings for my class, but I think it's mostly we go through the assignment and then everyone has questions. Like everyone, there's so many people in so many different places. Like it is week 8, I think, and I'm on lab 6 and we're supposed to be on lab 7. And I'm getting into a group with this other person that they write their code a little bit differently, but I'm pretty sure it's more accurate than the way I was writing it. Like my
Yeah.
stuff still passed, but I'm pretty sure they're writing it the way you're supposed to write it. So we're gonna get in a group, and they're gonna teach me that, and I'm gonna help them catch up because they're on lab 4.
oh
So
no way!
yeah, I've
That's
actually
crazy.
met someone on lab 2 still, and it was like, I'm so sorry. Like,
How are they gonna?
The first lab was hard when you had to change everything from like My Video Store to My Video Store Lab or whatever it was.
yeah, there's
That one
hidden
was,
stuff
I know, I
everywhere.
was like, what the heck? And I remember like I'd never seen a query language before, and I was just like, what in the world? I have this huge database code, and yeah,
I turned it in
that
4
was
different
brutal.
times because I did well. So the first time I did the find and search change,
Yeah, that's what I
and he
did
was
too,
like,
and it just
"Don't do
messed
that."
everything up. Yeah, I just messed everything up doing that.
Yeah, so I went through and I changed all of the stuff in the tables, but I didn't change the information being input into the table. And somehow I missed like 200 lines of code. So I had to go through and redo all that.
Oh my gosh! Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! That's rough. That's rough. I'm feeling the pain too.
I'm
I just
sorry, you
want this
guys. I
done.
totally took it off topic.
That's all
Um,
right.
Um,
so I guess to bring it back on topic, um, so I feel fairly confident with a project with CSS like animations, transitions, HTML, but with this other stuff, the JavaScript, the DOM that you're talking about, Michael, um,
Yeah.
the object-oriented stuff, I'm just like super like struggling. Like if I give him a code, I'm like, okay, run it, but to modify and tweak it, I'm just struggling so hard. Um, so like, what would you guys, as my team, suggest I do? Should I focus on learning an aspect that I can contribute with, or sign up for the CSS and HTML for it? Because you guys are learning the same languages too, and like you're not familiar at all
Yeah.
with them either.
Yeah, I
I
feel
mean,
like,
this.
I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm in the same boat as you, Kelly. So we we need to try. I mean, obviously, I think the people who feel the strongest in certain things need to try and take those things over so that we can just get this done quickly. But we also need to
yeah.
try and learn what we're doing.
Yeah. You know, I feel like comfortable enough with all of the teaching topics that we could throw something in there. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be big, but something. But what
Right.
I don't understand is how in the world we're going to do this so you can make a flashcard and then review a deck of flashcards without using a query language. That's what I don't get. Like,
Oh.
Oh, do you
everything I've seen
mean?
on local storage,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, like I don't see how that can be done using just local storage. That's my biggest fear.
Um,
Have you guys?
So, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna suggest. Have you guys ever used an online card system called Brainscape?
No.
I
Nope.
was thinking. Let's see. Let me share my screen here. I was thinking that my idea of what our flashcards would be similar to Brainscape. Let me show you what that is. Brainscape, where you create the flashcards and then you study them one by one. Log in. Oh, dang it! I don't know my. Oh, well, that's a bummer. Get started. Find a subject. So biology, just to quickly get something. Check it out. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, anyway, so like the one, it has a column, two columns, where it has the left column is the questions, and then the right column is the answers, and then that's the edit page, and then you save it, and then you go into the study page, which would show the cards one by one. That's what I was thinking it'd be.
That makes sense.
that would be a good way to do it. I don't think that would be too complicated.
Yeah, because I've been on like Quizlets where they have like all the questions on one page. If you
Yeah.
guys have done Quizlets before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, here it is. Oh my gosh, they've like redone the whole system. Edit deck info. Okay, so like here. Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't done this in a long time. Edit cards, there it is. So yeah, so here it is. Like on the left would be a box, a text input box, with the question and then the answer here. And then at the very bottom it would be like a save this deck or a start studying thing.
I think that would be a good way to do it.
We
And it
should.
wouldn't have to be like I don't know, like a memory board of individual cards that you flip over or something, because that would be complicated, I think.
Well, I think because we're just designing this. Like I know it's a web-based app, but I think the idea is we're just designing it to view it from our phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes it tricky. What I almost think is what if we just made it so. Now, bear with me. What if we just made it so there's already a deck of flashcards in there? Maybe we did something like, I don't know, we could pick something that one of us is studying for, and then have local storage, or the storage part just like store your score. Just because, honestly, I have no idea how we, unless one of you guys knows how
So
we can make it so we can store flashcards.
we could do it. We could just have like a form, like a hidden div that when we go to add when we go to add a new card, it just pulls up a form with two inputs, the question and the answer. That would be a lot like the storage that I have set up. Or we could use that form that I have set up.
Okay, it's an
And then
idea.
when you do a new one, it won't replace the old one?
Yeah, it won't replace the old one. It just creates a new position in the. So the one I
Is it like an
have
array?
it goes to a table, yeah, and it creates an array. But we could make it so it actually stores it. Like, sorry, the one I have posts it to a table and creates a new table position. But we could set it up so it adds to an array and creates a new array using, I think it's a push function.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Well, yeah, if you think that would work, then good, because that's been weighing on my mind at night.
Hey guys, a thought just appeared to me. we could go that route. And we're like add and delete, or we could get rid of those modals and those controls, um, and do kind of like what the professor did, is have pre-made cards, like to study the states and capitals of America, have 50 cards there, and do
Mhm.
like a scoring system.
See, I think that would be a lot easier.
Yeah, we
Um,
could totally do that. And we could use. I'm still not 100% sure about Ajax, but wouldn't we be able to use Ajax to call? Can we use Ajax to call from local storage?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've been using Ajax for. So,
okay.
my little example. I think that would be a good way to do it. Simplifying this project as much as possible is good to me. So,
Kelly, I'm all for it. That sounds awesome. That's a good idea. The 50 states and their capitals.
Yeah. So like I'm not trying to make it easier for us. I'm really trying to make it feasible and less
Yeah,
stressful.
exactly. I feel like the original flashcards idea is just out of the scope of this class. Like it's doable, but it's a lot more than just a class.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like a lot happier now with the direction this is going because I feel that we can do this.
Yeah, because before I was like, this project isn't gonna happen.
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if everyone else is okay with that, I am.
I am on board.
Yeah. I do have a question for you, Michael.
Yeah.
How did you get the text document into NetBeams? Like, because I was creating a new document and I had the option to make a JSON document, but I couldn't find text. Did you just
Oh
import?
yeah, so yeah, what I did is I oops. I also did like a movie reviews one, but I ended up
Yeah.
not using that. So I just opened up Notepad,
Okay.
and then I have Notepad, and I type in whatever, and I save it to my desktop, and then so I have like a Notepad there. And then I open
Mhm.
up NetBeans, and then I can just like click from there and drag into my portfolio file.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, wait a minute. I tried to do a text document and it was just not working for me.
Yeah, so I just saved it in Notepad, then saved it to my desktop and click and drag.
Okay.
So that made it nice and easy. And then also what's cool is you can edit, after it's in there, you can change it in NetBeans.
Yeah.
So if you messed up in Notepad, because I know Notepad doesn't have spell check, and I'm the worst speller ever. So
Yeah.
you can change stuff up in NetBeans.
So, as far as our proposals go, has anyone been able to look at what's in there so far? I mean, there's some basic stuff on all of these topics about how we plan to use them. I don't know if they relate
Are
to what
those
this
are
talked about.
proposals due this week?
Yes. No. They're due next week.
Next week.
Okay.
They're either due this Saturday or okay, so I'm a little confused. I thought we were supposed to start our project on week 9 because we have 4 weeks to complete this, right?
I have no idea. I've been trying to look. I'm a little confused with it, though.
Okay. So if we turn it in next week, we'll only have 3 weeks left.
Yeah, that's true.
We're almost done.
I think we can. I mean, we can turn it in and we can get started on this. I don't feel like we need to be waiting around for him to
Yeah.
answer anything. I mean, the only thing that he will probably give us is some information on if the scope of what we say in our proposal will work, or he might like ask us to tweak it a little bit, in which case we can just do that on what we've already started on our project. But I don't think we should wait around any longer to start the project. I think we should get started on it.
Let's go ahead and turn it in this week, and hopefully he'll be able to get back to us about it.
That sounds good.
You guys, I got a quick question for you. So, on my screen, I think I'm sharing my screen here. You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on the Google Drive, and I have ton of folders here. One's called Flash Application. One is Team Proposals. One is Topics. Do I go to flashcard applications to put my name on which one I want to sign up for?
Yeah, I think the sign up in the flashcard application is putting your name on which topics you will work on in when we start actually building the application.
Okay, so the team proposals, we're just getting ideas of what we wanted to do.
Yeah, on the team proposals, we just need to conglomerate together on those to get them finished and written.
All right. All right, sounds good.
Sorry, guys, I gotta go. I'll keep in touch with the Hangouts chat. I'll chat with you guys and we can figure something out.
That's fine.
And I'm even all for meeting again if you guys want. But yeah, hopefully when I close out of this, it doesn't boot all you guys out too. So sorry if it does.
It's okay.
I'll keep in touch. We'll get this done. Thank you guys for all your hard work. I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Good luck.
Oh, look, we're all still here. Cool.
Yay.
Cool.
So as far as the Google Drive goes, we need to, oh, where is this? The flashcard proposals, so I guess one of those says like sign up for topics on the proposal, and I think we need to ignore the part that says sign up for the proposals part, because we just need to focus on creation, not so much the proposal necessarily.
Yeah.
So
I think this, like we were talking about before, is the hardest part about a project like this is because we're so novice at some of these languages. Is where do we start? What's the foundation?
So I think I have a really quick thought on this. Since we've decided we're going to pre-create the flashcards, the first thing we should do is decide how we're going to write it, the array, so that we know how we're going to call the array from our local storage.
I was thinking that we should store our array in JSON and call it through local storage, because immediately if we do that, we get 2 of these topics out of the way. That's what I've done in my own little personal example, and I've gotten full points on both of those topics for doing it that way. So I think that would be sufficient for use of those topics in our application.
So that covers stringify and parsing, right?
Yeah. And then, so basically, if we can just create the basic HTML file that will be our web page that we call this week, and if we can create this array because we already know what we're storing in it, we're just going to store the states and their capitals. then that would be a good head start this week to just create those little things.
Okay.
As far as JavaScript goes, we're obviously using JavaScript for the JSON and the local storage. So that's another topic that's down and out of the way.
I think we also need to use it to manipulate the animations and transitions.
That's true. We're gonna need to do
go
that.
ahead.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you. Sorry.
Okay, and then I'm not 100% sure on the mobile portion of it. Like I thought it was just the on-click functions, like onload, on-click. I thought those were all part of the mobile JavaScript. Is that right?
I would assume that that's plenty. I don't know. I feel like when he was explaining this at the beginning of the semester, it's not so much about the mobile aspect as it is about just the entire application in general. So however we choose to display this to a mobile device is kind of up to us.
Okay.
I think.
So it needs to be mobile friendly. Okay.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be mobile friendly. So yeah.
So we could use like Bootstrap to shrink it all down to size so it fits nicely on a mobile device.
Or we can use CSS for that too. So yeah, I think. Are we allowed to use Bootstrap?
I don't know.
I don't know.